How to use Google Analytics in 2020. Hey everyone, Stewart here, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to use Google Analytics and help you better understand your website traffic in this easy to follow Google Analytics tutorial. Today I'm going to break down and show you all the important metrics and reports we use to determine positive or negative website performance. Now before we dive into Google Analytics, and if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing and tapping the bell icon, and that way you'll stay updated with new and actionable videos designed to help your small business thrive online. And with that said, let's jump over to my computer and let's get started. Alright, so here we are at our Google Analytics dashboard. Now if you don't already have your Google Analytics and your website connected together, then that's the first thing you want to do. So what you can do is pop up to the link up above, which will take you to a video tutorial where we'll guide you through how to connect your Google Analytics and your website together so you can see all this information, all this data on your website, which we're going to cover today under Google Analytics. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about today, guys, is your Google Analytics dashboard. So your home page here, which basically covers everything on the left in a summary kind of format. So you can see everything that's happening just from your dashboard. So we're going to break that all down. Then we're going to come over to the left and we're going to talk about real time. So what's happening on your website now, so in real time. Then we're going to talk about your audience. So who are your website visitors, their age, their demographic, where are they coming from, which country, which device. Then we're going to move down and talk about acquisition. So this is where your visitors on your website are coming from. So which channels are they coming to your website from? Then we're going to talk about behavior. So what your visitors are actually doing on your site. Which pages are they going to? What content are they interacting with? And that is everything we're going to cover today. Now we're not going to talk about conversions. We're going to leave this for another tutorial, and we're going to talk about in that tutorial how you can set up conversions and how you can create goals that you want your visitors to achieve, so you can kind of break down the performance of your website. So we're going to talk about conversions in another tutorial. For now, we're just going to cover all those 5 elements that we just mentioned before. So let's get into it. So the first thing we want to talk about is your dashboard. So the website we're going to look at today is called syndio.co.nz, which is our digital media and marketing business, which is located in New Zealand, and we service a local market. So we're going to talk about our website as an example, just for the purpose of today's tutorial. So here we are at our dashboard. Now if we come across here, you can see your users. So over the period of 7 days, you can see we've had 36 users, and it can show you the percentage of increase or decrease compared to the previous same period. Now if we come down here, you can change that from the analytics today, yesterday, 7 days, 28 days, or the last 90 days. Or you can have a custom range down here. Now, we're going to keep it at 7 days, all the analytics on the dashboard at 7 days, because that's what's going to automatically generate when you log into your dashboard. Now, if we come up here, we have sessions. So these are the sessions we've had during the 7 days, during the week. Now, a session is a 30-minute session, okay? So it times out after 30 minutes. So we've had 38 sessions on our website. So people coming to our website and viewing our pages. Then over here we have bounce rate. Now bounce rate is very interesting. It's really hard to kind of know what is a good bounce rate, but essentially you want this bounce rate to be as low as possible, especially if you're an e-commerce business and the visitor is going to jump between different pages from, you know, the product page to add to cart to the checkout page. If it's a high bounce rate, that basically means that if a visitor lands on your website, a website page, for example, they land on the home page and then they leave your website straight away, then that's a high bounce rate. However, if they're jumping between different website pages on your website, then this is a low bounce rate. So you want to aim between around 30 to 50%. So this is a little bit too high. So we're going to look into that and see why people are bouncing from our website. Again, it's hard to determine what is a good bounce rate. For example, if you have a single page website or a website that generates leads, or if someone lands on your website, they call through to your business straight away, or they enter information into a contact form, then they're done and they leave your website, then a high bounce rate is not too bad because they've found the information they're looking for and then they've left your website. So it's really hard to determine what is a good bounce rate, but the rule of thumb is you do want to aim to be as low as possible, around 30 to 50%. 30%. Then over here we've got session duration. So this is how long the average user will spend on your website. So for example here, that's 2 minutes and 35 seconds, and then they leave my website. Now if we come over here, this is our audience right now, our visitors right now. So you can see that there were 2 page views 26 minutes ago. Here we had 1 page view, 3 page views 15 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. And over here it shows you your top active pages. We had 1 user on our digital marketing page. Then if we pop down here, we have how do you acquire your users. So this is acquisition. So here you can see where your visitors are coming from. So if I hover across here, you can see that on the 21st of April, I had 1 person coming from referral, so that could be from another website. Social media, 0. Direct, so that's someone typing in your URL into Google or another search engine. So if they type in syndio.co.nz, that is a direct traffic source. They typed in my URL and they went straight onto my website. Then organic search is, for example, you type in any keywords related to my business. For example, if someone typed in digital marketing Tauranga or digital marketing New Zealand and my website popped up and they clicked on that link and landed on my website, then that would be considered as organic search, so organic traffic. Now we can move across here and we can see where all our visitors are coming from. If we click on source medium, this will show the main sources where your traffic is coming from each of the elements that we talked about before. So for example, organic, the majority of my traffic is coming from Google. Direct hasn't got enough information to determine where that traffic's coming from. My referral traffic from another website traffic is coming from YouTube, and then also from HostPapa, which is a hosting provider we use. So traffic's coming from all these different sources. Over here you have your average session duration. If we pop down here, we have our users over time. So again, here we've got 30 days. We can change it down here. Again, up here it's 7 days. And this just shows our users per 30 days, 7 days, and 1 day. So you can see it's on a slight increase. Essentially, if you click, say, 90 days, you want to see that there is a positive increase. And as you can see, there has been a positive increase in traffic over the last 90 days. Over here, you don't have to worry too much about user retention. If we come down here, we have when do your users visit. So this is just the time of day. Then we have the main countries that are visiting our website. So we have New Zealand, United States, Canada, and Japan. So those are the main countries where users are visiting our website or finding our website. Then we have our devices, our top devices over here. So mobile is 84%. So 84% of our users during the last 7 days visited our website from a desktop. Then we have mobile, 15.8%, and no visitors in the last 7 days have jumped onto our website from tablet. Then if we pop down even further, we have the most popular pages that our visitors are viewing when they land on our website. Again, that's over the last 7 days. We can change that period. So how to make a logo, which is a blog post, has 6 views over the last 7 days. Our homepage has 28. So when you see a dash there, that's just your home page. Now over here we have our goals. So 7 goals completed over the last 7 days. Again, we're not going to talk about conversions or goals, but we'll create another tutorial around setting up your conversions and goals later down the track. Again, down here you can connect your Google Ads, but that's basically everything you need to know for your dashboard. Now, if you want to dive in deeper to the analytics on each of these sections, then all we need to do is pop over to the left hand side, and this is where the magic happens. So the first thing we want to look at is real time, and as you can see, this is our dashboard real time kind of report, so basic report. If we want to look at more information, all we need to do is click real time and then click overview. And here we can see that we've got 1 person on our website at the moment. They're coming from desktop. If we come down here, we can see the location they're coming from. So they're coming from this location. I'm not actually sure where this is, but this is the top location at the moment. And then the top active page is Contact Us. Now that is great information if you just want to quickly see what is happening. If you've got a high traffic website, you can see exactly what's happening in the moment. Then if we pop down on locations and find out the exact location, so here we go, it's actually the Philippines. So that user is from the Philippines, and I can click on the Philippines and that's going to pop up exactly where that individual is located. So you can see it's quite accurate in determining where your visitors are coming from. Now if we move over to audience and click on audience, and then move down and click on overview, and here we have our audience overview. Now at the moment it's between the last 7 days, so April 21st to the 27th. You can change that. So if I click on here and say if I want to go from the 28th, which is today, through to the 28th last month, so from March 28th through to April 28th, and then I'm going to click apply, and there we have it. I have a whole month of data down here that we can analyze. So if we come down here, we have our users. This is the number of users we've had on our website. Now this can be recorded as the same visitor. What we want to look at, which is more important, is new users. So these are 154 new users. So these are unique users or new users. So out of 158 users, 154 of them were new users. Then we have sessions, 188 sessions. Then we have number of sessions per user. So remember, a session will time out after 30 minutes, or if the user leaves our website and then comes back later on. So there's 1.19 sessions per user. And then we have page views. So as you can see, users or new users is a lot lower because each of the 154 new users maybe went to 1, 2, 3, or 4 different pages, and each of those pages are recorded as a page view. So that's always going to be higher than your new users or users. Then we have pages versus sessions, and then we have average session durations. This is how long each session is on our website. So it's 3 minutes and 4 seconds. So over this period that we selected earlier, which is about 30 days, each session is around 3 minutes and 4 seconds. And then we have bounce rate, which we basically talked about before, between the period of 28th of March and the 28th of April. Our average bounce rate was about 62.77%. So that's relatively high. We want to try and decrease that to around 40 to 50%. That's going to be a really good bounce rate because we want people to stay on our website. We want them to jump to different pages to learn more about our services that we provide to our audience. And then over here, as you can see, this graph over here just shows our users versus our new users. So as you can see, 93.3% were new visitors, and then we've got 6.7% which were returning visitors. So that is a basic overview of your audience. Now the cool thing about this is you can come down here and you can see the language. So they're English speakers, the majority of our users, 111, 70%. You can click on country, and this will generate your top countries, so the users coming from your countries, the visitors on your website. So our top country, the visitors are from New Zealand, then United States, Canada, France, then Australia. Then if we come down here, we can actually understand where our visitors are coming from in regards to the city. So the top isn't set, there might not be enough data, or for some reason Google Analytics hasn't recorded that yet. Then we have the second most popular city is Auckland, then we have Paris, Tauranga, which is where we're based, and then New York. So that's good to know because if you're a local business or small business and you're targeting a specific geographical location, then you can see if the location that you're targeting is number 1, and you can see the other top locations. Then if we come down here, we can see the browser that visitors are coming from. So the majority of visitors to our website come from Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and Internet Explorer. Then we have operating system. So operating system is Windows, Macintosh, then iOS. And then if we pop down to mobile, we can see some more information regarding mobile devices. So number 1 users is iOS. Then we have Android. So the majority of people are coming from really Apple products. So it's really cool to kind of understand your demographics, understand your audience, and find out exactly who they are and where they're coming from. Now there's more information down here, but that's a basic overview of your audience. Now what we can also do, which is really cool, is we can come up here and we can compare between different periods. So for example, we can click compare, and then we can select previous period, previous year, or we can customize. So if we go previous period, that's going to be the entire previous month. And then if we click apply, that's going to show a comparison between the two different periods, March 28th to April 28th and February 25th to March 27th. So those are a space of around 30 days, and that's comparing the period. So as you can see, we've had a growth in users by 8%, new users 9%, and as you can see, everything has had a positive increase between this month and last month. So this month is performing better than last month, and that's essentially what you want to find out. You want to see if your current activities that you're doing on your website, are you performing better than last month or a previous period. So that's a great way to kind of understand your growth in terms of the traffic and the way your audience is interacting with your website. So that's a basic overview of your audience. And what we want to do now is pop over to acquisition and click on overview. Again, we can move up here and we can remove this. So I'm going to click off that and just use a single month. I don't want to compare, but again, you can compare if you like. So like I mentioned briefly at the start on our dashboard, you have your top channels. So where are your visitors coming from? How are they finding your website? So here we have the blue, we have organic. So this is people typing in our business name or typing in our products or services or anything that's relevant to our business, so a keyword, and then they're clicking through to our website through, say, Google search. So maybe, for example, for us, we are in the digital marketing industry. If someone typed in digital marketing New Zealand and our website popped up and they click through to our website, then that's going to show up under organic search. So the majority of our traffic is coming from organic search and Google. And then we have direct, which is the second highest, which is when someone puts in our URL, our website URL, into a browser, and then they connect straight to our website. Then we have social, which is social media. So this could be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. This is traffic from social media to your website. Then we have referral, and referral can come from other websites. So other domains, other websites that are linking through to your website, and someone has clicked that link from that website and landed on your website. So that's referral. And as you can see, we have a pie graph here that shows you the percentage. Over here, we have obviously the users. Then we have our conversion over here, which we're not going to talk too much about. Down here, we can see our users, our new users, and sessions. Then we have our bounce rate, which we explained earlier, page sessions, and average session duration. So really, as a beginner, it's just great to see where your traffic is coming from in terms of either Google, Yahoo, Bing, so that's organic search, or direct. Are they just typing your URL into the browser? Social, so social media, do you have traffic coming from social media? And referrals from other websites. Okay, so that's the basic overview of acquisitions. Then if we come down to behavior and click on behavior, and then click on overview, here we can understand what our visitors are doing on our website. As you can see, we've got page views, and we've got unique page views, which is more important than page views. Remember, these are your new users. And then we have average time on a page, which is just 1 minute 57 seconds. Then we have our bounce rate and our exits. So this is exit. So when they land on a page, the percentage, the chance that they'll exit. So that's the average exit rate. Down here we can see our top website pages. So again, we've got our home page is number 1, then our blog, website development, digital marketing page, our blog, which is how to build a free Google website, then we have our contact page. So those are our top 5 pages. Again, up here we can change the date range that we want to measure. We can also compare with the previous period or the previous year period. So you can compare here. And then down here, what we can do is look at even more information regarding each of these pages. So let's look at our homepage and see what's actually happening on our homepage. So click here. And here we can see that we've had 138 page views on the homepage. Then we have 115 unique page views. So remember, this is more important than page views because these are new users. Then we have average time on our page, entrance. So this is not really too important, but people have entered onto this page from one of the channels that we talked about earlier. So they've clicked on maybe a link on social media and come to our homepage, or they've found our homepage on Google search. So this is entrance. Then we have bounce rate. So our homepage is a bit low. It's around 56%, which I'm happy with. Around 50, 40, 50 is pretty good. I mean, we'll try and lower this so we can keep users on our site a lot longer. So the lower your bounce rate, typically the better. And then we have the percentage of exits, that's 55%. So basically 55% of our visitors on our homepage will exit our website once they've landed on our homepage. So they've found information they need, they've either called to our website, which tends to be the case, they call through to our business, or they click on the email and they send us an email. So that's not too bad. It depends on the intention of your website. Do you want people to navigate to your contact page? Do you want people to navigate to your blog? What do you want people to do after they've landed on your homepage, which is what we're talking about here. And then you can add a page value here, which again we're not going to talk about today. So we'll click back over to overview. Now here what you want to keep an eye on is spikes. So for example, over on the 13th of April we had 123, which is, page views, which is a lot more than usual. You want to understand why that is. Why was there a peak in your traffic on that particular date? So it's great to kind of understand what's happening within your website with each of your website pages. So then what we'll do is we'll head back to our dashboard, our home. And that is it, guys. So what we've done is we've covered our dashboard. So we've covered everything to do with understanding the different reports and metrics on our dashboard. Then what we've done is we've covered our real time. So what's actually happening in the moment right now on our website. We also talked about audience. So the visitors, who are they? Where are they from? We've talked about breaking down and understanding who our audience, our website visitors are. We've talked about acquisition, so where our visitors are coming from, and we've also explained behavior, so what our visitors are doing when they're on our website. What pages are they going to? What are our most popular pages? And that is it, guys. That is a basic overview of Google Analytics for beginners in 2020. And that is it for today's tutorial. I hope you now have a better understanding of Google Analytics and your website traffic. Thanks for watching. I hope you got value out of this video. If you did, make sure you leave a comment down below. And if you have any questions, again, pop them down below. And before you go, guys, if you want help growing your small business online, then make sure you click the link in our description and sign up to our small business community. And with that said, thanks again for watching. Hit the thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, and we will see you in next week's video. Take care.